Okay, let's dive right in. Imagine having a truly smart assistant right there with you, turning all that complexity of legal practice into, well, clear, actionable insights. We're talking about artificial intelligence here, taking that huge, overwhelming sea of case law, precedents, all of it, and just making it simple, guiding your decisions with, data-backed confidence. And the inspiration for this deep dive today, it comes straight from Mitch Jackson's fantastic book, AI in Law. We're focusing specifically on chapter 4. It's titled Data-Driven Decisions, AI in Legal Analytics. And here's the really great part for you listening. Mitch's book. It's completely free, super easy to access, no email required, no download hassle. Just head over to mitchjackson.xyz. You can read it right now.
Yeah, and what's really key here is that this isn't just about saving time, though it certainly does that. It's more fundamental. It's about enhancing your strategic edge, sharpening it, making your practice more efficient, yes, but also genuinely more effective. So this deep dive, it's really all about exploring how these AI-powered legal analytics are changing the whole game, giving you the tools, the insights to make smarter, more informed decisions every single step of the way.
Okay, so think about the traditional way. This is where it gets really interesting, I think. If you're a litigation attorney, right, preparing for some high stakes case, historically that means just hours, days, weeks spent poring over documents, hundreds, thousands, maybe tens of thousands. It's incredibly labor intensive, so time consuming. And let's be honest, it's prone to human error, missing things.
Exactly. That meticulous search. It feels like looking for a needle in a haystack sometimes, a
Yeah.
massive haystack. And that's precisely where AI steps in. It changes that whole process. With its advanced capabilities, things like natural language processing, machine learning algorithms, AI can just swiftly analyze these enormous amounts of data. And natural language processing, think of it like AI learning to read legal docs, not just keywords, but context, nuance, the kind of stuff a human gets, but AI does it across millions of pages in seconds, maybe minutes. It spots patterns, identifies trends in a time frame that would take humans weeks, maybe even months. This is the fundamental power, really, of AI in legal analytics, streamlining that grueling task, making it accurate.
Right. So, practically speaking, what does this mean for someone actually prepping for a case? How does AI help with something like trend analysis, finding those patterns?
Well, it really impacts how you build your arguments. Let's take an example. Imagine you're defending a client, okay, in a trademark infringement case. Okay, so AI-powered legal analytics can go through past cases, ones with similar facts, meticulously. It doesn't just list them. It identifies subtle trends in how judges ruled. So, for instance, you might find that judges in your specific jurisdiction, they tend to rule for the defendant more often when the trademark is, say, a common phrase. And maybe when the defense emphasized public understanding, even if that wasn't the main argument in those past cases. That kind of insight, it lets you tailor your arguments, maybe pivot your strategy based on that hidden correlation. And that significantly increases your chances, potentially, of getting a favorable outcome.
Interesting. I've definitely heard a lot about AI's ability to forecast things generally, but how does that predictive power translate into, actionable insights for legal strategy or even broader business decisions? Can you give us a sense of what these tools can really do when you're weighing options?
Yeah, and what's truly revolutionary, I think, is how these systems go way beyond just simple searching. If you haven't really played around with the latest AI tools, like on ChatGPT, Google Gemini, Perplexity, you might be missing out. It's a game changer. These tools aren't just spitting back answers. They're researching deeply, sifting through relevant info, and then crucially, they weigh competing possibilities. They deliver well-reasoned forecasts. They use these complex predictive models, right? Identifying statistical patterns from historical data. It's almost like they simulate millions of scenarios to give you a probability, like an advanced weather forecast, but for your case or your business idea. So whether you're making a tough business call, evaluating a legal strategy, testing something new, they help you sort of see around corners, pulling in high-value sources, analyzing subtle patterns, reasoning through scenarios. It's like having this incredibly fast, incredibly thorough research team, but one that can also do probabilistic reasoning right at your fingertips.
Okay, so moving beyond just individual cases, what about the practice overall, the efficiency of the whole firm? You mentioned something like a dashboard view. How does AI provide that?
Right. Imagine having like a performance dashboard for your entire practice. That's what AI can enable. It can track things like the success rates of your motions, the average time your cases take to resolve, even the win-loss records of opposing counsel you face regularly. This kind of granular detail lets you pinpoint areas where you can improve, really optimize things. For example, you notice your motions to dismiss. Their success rate is lower than the firm average, maybe lower than peers. AI can help you deep dive into that data, figure out why. Is it certain judges? Are you filing them at the wrong stage strategically, things you might not easily spot otherwise? That insight, which used to be buried, allows you to refine your approach, which helps client outcomes and, well, the bottom line too.
That makes sense. Now, here's where it gets really interesting for me. Those critical decisions, like should we settle this case or should we go to trial? Traditionally, that relies so much on gut instinct, right? Experience. And those are vital, no question. But how does AI support that decision making? Augmenting that judgment, not replacing it.
Exactly. It's about integrating that powerful data analysis with the essential human intuition. Not one or the other. AI can chew through millions, literally billions, of data points in seconds or minutes, stuff a human just couldn't process on that scale. It analyzes the strength of the evidence, looks at historical settlement amounts in very similar cases, considers the known tendencies of the presiding judge, and then offers a data-driven recommendation. Let's take a hypothetical, a complex breach of contract case. Maybe you're representing a big surfboard retailer based in Australia. They paid for, say, 1,000 surfboards, never got them. And the defendant is in California. So you've got jurisdiction issues, choice of law complexities, messy stuff. Okay, so AI can instantly review prior claims, even assess things like community beliefs about the defendant or the market. But beyond that, it can analyze 5 really crucial data points, things that would normally take a huge amount of time and resource. First, jurisdictional precedents. AI quickly finds similar cases where jurisdiction and choice of law were key, and it highlights which arguments tended to win on venue and applicable law. That's gold. Second, historical performance of the defendant. AI digs into their past. Patterns of non-delivery. Breach. How often do they settle versus fight? Third, contractual language trends. By looking at thousands of similar contracts, AI spots clauses or phrasing that statistically correlate with success in these kinds of cases. Helps you find strengths in your client's contract or maybe weaknesses in the other side's. Fourth, damages award analysis. AI gives you a detailed breakdown, not just amounts awarded in similar cases, but what factors led to higher or lower awards. That helps you estimate potential recovery much more accurately. And fifth, community beliefs and sentiment analysis. AI scans social media, reviews, public forums, gauges sentiment about the defendant. This can be powerful for showing reputational harm or maybe a pattern of misconduct that a jury might care about. So leveraging AI for these factors, it just massively enhances your strategy, increases your odds, and does it incredibly fast.
That detailed look at decision support really brings home the predictive power. So, how does this forecasting ability help lawyers manage client expectations and plan their litigation strategy, giving them that clearer roadmap?
Well, AI can really help you anticipate what's coming. For instance, timelines. You input variables, case complexity, the specific court's docket load, historical timelines for similar cases. And AI can give you a pretty solid estimated timeline for resolution. That's invaluable for managing client expectations, right?
Okay.
Giving them realistic timeframes, preparing them for the process, and it goes beyond timelines. AI can predict potential settlement ranges, potential verdict amounts. It does this by analyzing outcomes from thousands of past comparable cases. This gives you a much clearer sense of what's a fair offer, what a jury might award. It can even run simulations of different negotiation scenarios, which helps you prepare, strengthens your bargaining position before you even walk into the room.
Okay, this sounds powerful. So, for someone listening, maybe a lawyer or a firm thinking about this, how do they actually start integrating AI? Where do you begin? What are the practical steps, the things to consider? You don't want to just throw tech at it, right?
Right? You need a thoughtful approach. A crucial first step is identifying those high-impact areas. Where can AI make the biggest difference now? Maybe your firm gets bogged down in e-discovery. Huge volumes of documents in litigation. So AI-powered e-discovery tools could be a great starting point. They can identify, tag, organize relevant info incredibly fast, cutting down review time, reducing the risk of missing something critical. Or maybe you want to sharpen case strategy development. Then look at AI-driven legal research platforms. Get those deeper insights on judges, on past outcomes. The key really is to start small. Pilot a tool in one specific area, get comfortable, then gradually expand. Another really practical tip, and maybe overlooked sometimes, is investing in training, ongoing education. AI is evolving so fast, you need to stay current. Encourage your team, attend workshops, webinars, conferences focused on legal tech and AI. Maybe even consider certifications in legal technology. Build that expertise. The more you know, the better you can leverage these tools effectively. Guide your practice forward. And, this is vital, foster a culture of innovation. inside your practice. Encourage your team to embrace new tech, to explore how it can improve things' efficiency, client results. Create an environment where it's okay to experiment, where maybe something doesn't work out perfectly first time, but that's seen as a learning opportunity. That forward-thinking mindset is crucial for adapting and thriving as the landscape changes.
Okay, but there are always concerns. We definitely hear people worry about AI replacing lawyers, that fear of job displacement. How do we address that? And what is the role of that essential human touch in a legal world increasingly powered by AI?
That's a really common concern and understandable. But here's the thing. While AI is brilliant at automating tasks, data analysis, document review, it does those incredibly efficiently. But it absolutely cannot replace nuanced judgment, empathy, critical thinking, creativity, the things human lawyers bring. Practicing law is fundamentally human-centric, relationships, understanding context, persuasion. So instead of seeing AI as a threat, think of it as a powerful assistant, a tool that augments your capabilities. It frees you up from the repetitive stuff, lets you focus on higher-level strategy, client counseling, complex problem solving, the work that truly needs a human mind and touch. And closely related to that is the question of data privacy and security. That's paramount. Legal information is obviously highly sensitive. So it's absolutely critical that any AI tools you use meet very stringent data protection standards. Choose reputable vendors. Look for robust security measures. Do your homework, your due diligence before implementing anything. And stay informed about the evolving privacy regulations, GDPR, CCPA, whatever applies. You need to ensure compliance to protect your clients and your firm's reputation.
All these points, the theory, the potential benefits, it sounds impressive. But what does it look like on the ground? Can you share maybe a real world example? A firm that actually embraced AI and legal analytics and saw results. Bring it to life for us.
Sure, let's think about a mid-sized law firm specializing in corporate law. They decided to implement an AI-powered legal analytics platform. And within just a few months, they started seeing real, tangible improvements. For example, their new trend analysis capability. It let them spot subtle patterns in contract disputes they hadn't seen before, so they could proactively address potential issues in their clients' standard contracts before things blew up into expensive litigation. Huge value add for their clients. The performance metrics gave them clear insights into attorney productivity, motion success rates, things like that. That led to targeted training, helping lawyers hone specific skills, optimizing the team, and the decision-making support tools. They found they were making more consistently informed recommendations to clients, which directly led to higher client satisfaction scores, better retention. And there was one specific case, a really complex IP dispute, intellectual property. They used AI to analyze past outcomes, judicial tendencies, and found this crucial trend. The presiding judge consistently favored plaintiffs who presented really detailed expert testimony on the technical aspects, more so than other types of evidence. So armed with that specific data-driven insight, the firm strategically invested, got top-tier expert witnesses, and they meticulously prepared that testimony to hit exactly the points the AI indicated resonated with this judge. The result, a favorable ruling, a substantial damages award for their client. It just perfectly illustrates how AI isn't just about efficiency, it can unlock completely new levels of strategic effectiveness.
Yeah, it's really clear from this conversation AI in legal analytics, it's not just another piece of software. It feels more like uh, a transformative partner in the practice of law. From digging through massive data sets to predicting outcomes, AI is truly reshaping how legal decisions get made, how results are delivered. It's fundamental.
Absolutely. And looking ahead, the future isn't just bright. It feels, well, brilliantly illuminated by the possibilities AI brings to the legal profession. This whole journey, it's more than just adopting technology. It's really about redefining our approach to law itself. Innovation with adaptability.
So for you listening, as you continue on your own journey of learning and exploring this, we definitely invite you to stay connected with Mitch. You can find him via his website, on all the usual socials, and he's especially active over on LinkedIn. And remember, you can dive into his free book, AI in Law, anytime. It's available 24/7 at mitchjackson.xyz. Also, you can stay updated with the latest in AI through Mitch's AI, Web3, and Metaverse newsletter. And check out his AI in Law LinkedIn group, too. Great community there. You'll find most of Mitch's links conveniently located in the author section right at the end of the book. We wish you nothing but success in your endeavors, and always encourage you to enjoy the journey and never stop making each day your masterpiece.